Hello everyone, welcome back. So you can see I'm playing Kingdom Hearts, and today I'm going to be showing off the Toy Story world, which is called Toy Box. So we'll just go ahead and get into that right now. I will say, I have beat the game. Took me quite a while, I think like 31 hours to beat it. I wasn't running straight through, I was doing some side stuff too. So probably could have done it sooner, but yeah, a lot of, not going to say anything about the ending, but a lot of good build-up, but the last like 2% of the game is kind of disappointing. And if you played the game, you'll know what I'm talking about. Can't really go too much detail into it, although I'll probably do a video talking about the ending, so I can go extreme spoilers.
Come on, fellas.
But yeah, here we are at Andy's house. This is the starting area. As you can see, I've already beat this area, so everyone's just kind of gathered around here. Go into a little selfie mode. Yeah, a lot of the characters, when you point a camera at them, they have interactions that they'll do. So yeah, here's a Toy Sora with the toys in the background. Most of them are voiced by their actual voice actors, but noticeably Woody and Buzz are not. You won't be able to hear them that well in this video, because maybe he'll talk right here. No, I guess not. But anyway, Rex and little Ham over here have their proper voice actors, but some of them are noticeably not the proper voice actors. Because they actually did get, I would say, 80% of the voice actors to reprise their roles. Like, all the Frozen characters that I know of are accounted for. They actually do, like, a full Let It Go musical, which is kind of funny. But you just have Sora in the background being like, whoa, whenever she does something ice-related. So yeah, pretty fun way to interact. He does somewhat ruin certain scenes. Oh yeah, this is one of those ones you have to break open. I guess I've never gotten into this one. Hoo-yah! As you can see, my magic is ridiculously overpowered by this point in the game. As you can see, I just used Thundaza there. Try to use Faraza in a second. It's a very funny names. Hoo-yah! Die! Yeah, all of my magic is at level 3, and then you have, obviously, the level 4 magic that you can use when you get a certain amount of combo. Yeah, it's kind of like how in, Birth by Sleep, how you have certain, basically you'll do a combo, and then depending on the moves you use, it'll let you go into like a certain Keyblade mode. In this one, they basically do it like that too, but you have improved magic. Kind of like how in Birth by Sleep 0.2, A Fragmentary Passage, longest name in the series. So yeah, similar to that. And then as you can see, you also have upgradable Keyblades in this one for the first time ever. Basically, as you're doing combos, you can unlock different, stronger modes of the Keyblade, and some of them actually have 2 evolutions. Like, this one turns into the Ice Claws, and then it turns into Ice Blades after that. I'll go ahead whenever there's... Oh yeah, I need to open that crate back there, too. Yeah, this is one of the special moves you can do in the Toy Story world. I'm pretty sure all of them have specialties as well, because I think... It was kind of disappointing, though. In the Frozen world, you don't actually have Elsa joining you. Like, in Tangled, you have Rapunzel and Flynn helping you out. But yeah, in the Frozen world, Elsa is just kind of like a side character. But you do get the big ice monster that she summons, like, towards the end of the movie. You get that to help you out, which is pretty cool. Oh, we got a pirate ship. It's going to be overkill at this point. But yeah, just going to show off some of the abilities you get in this game. Yeah, it's very interesting. They have, like, attraction finishes now, and I think I've killed them all, so I'll just go ahead and do the finish. So yeah, it's very interesting. My favorite one, although you don't get it often because it's, like, a cinematic one, is the Thunder Mountain. I can't remember what it's called. It's, like, Railway something. But yeah, it's just Thunder Mountain. Oh, do I have this emblem yet? Whoa, hold up. I'm missing a couple emblems. Oh, I guess not. Okay. Ooh, strength boost. Those are always good. Yeah, I'm missing, as you saw, I've taken a picture of 40 of them, so I'm missing about 50. Oh yeah, I keep doing that. Let me smash this one real quick. But yeah, this is pretty much just Andy's area. And the Toy Story world, not surprisingly, is one of the smallest. Because anyone who's played the previous Kingdom Hearts games will know that an elixir, not that bad. I'm just gonna sell it. I usually just sell all my potions. Yeah, anyone who's played the previous games will know even the worlds that are supposed to be big are actually very small. So Kingdom Hearts 3 definitely fixes that. As you can see, this world, it's pretty big in scale just by looking at it. I mean, you're smaller, so you have that to think about. But yeah, the This one, in relation to all the other worlds, is relatively small, because you basically just have Andy's house, you have this street area, which, depending on if you go left or right, it doesn't matter, because it just takes you to the toy box anyway, which is the store. I'm surprised they didn't do Al's Toy Barn, but I guess they wanted to do a bigger toy store, because it is pretty massive. It's a 3-story toy store, which doesn't quite exist in a lot of places. Most of them look like Al's Toy Barn. It's like a Dave & Buster's for, like, games. I think I already have this one, though. Okay, I already have that one. Yeah, as you can see, they have the little Easter egg in here as well. Something animators will know. Alright, on to the toy box. Just kind of walk through here, and then you just vanish. Or Galaxy Toys, I guess is what it's called. It's not called Toy Box. Alright, here we are. Yeah, the Donald, Goofy and Donald are their proper voice actors as well. Oh, there's another one I missed. This one stands out, too. Yeah, there's a lot that I'm missing in this game. I'm probably just going to look up a tutorial, because some of them are really well hidden. And usually they scream at you to find them, but sometimes they don't. Just like that one right there. And Donald's, it takes like an hour for him to get his out, because Goofy's just like, I think there's an emblem nearby. And Donald's like, I think this might be a good place to find an emblem. It's just like, Jesus, spit it out, little guy. Yeah, as you can see, there's also another little Easter egg in the corner here. Pizza Planet. Yeah, I was expecting the Toy Story world to be slightly bigger, although it's one of the first few ones that you go to, so it's kind of, and it's a toy level, so it kind of makes sense to keep it relatively small. Although from their perspective, this place is massive. But yeah, as you can see, there's a bunch of mechs going around here. Now these are actually pretty fun because you can get inside of them. You can either defeat the ones here, or you can get into ones on the display, and they're shooting the hell out of me. Yeah, these early on in the game are actually really hard to kill because they have a lot of health and defense. I'm gonna throw Goofy at them. Yeah, the combat in this game is really fun. You have a lot of these little team assists that you can do. Yeah, pretty much all the way through, I think this game's good. They just kind of flounder at the end. Which is kind of funny, not saying too much about it, but the Toy Story world actually really intersects with how the game ends, which you wouldn't expect, because usually the Disney worlds don't really have pretty much anything to do with the story. They're kind of just like there to be there, just to give you some Disney characters. But yeah, this one really intersects with the ending. But yeah, as you can see, it's pretty much just Kingdom Hearts Titanfall when you get into one of these things. You can just walk around, punch and shoot. I'm going to try to get into these other ones. The special ability for this one is you fire grenades at them. And then this one here is like a, it's like a tackler, like a football mech. Whoop. Nope. Pretty sure, okay, the one's down there. Yeah, when you take them down, they actually, the Heartless fall out of them and they get ejected and explode in midair. It's actually pretty brutal. So I'll get into this one to show you what this one's like. You got the tackle here. Yeah, they do a lot of damage. Realistically, if you wanted to kill them quickly, you just walk around and punch them like this. That does a pretty good amount of damage. These things are bullet sponges. Which is funny, because when you go into the Verum Rex video game, they're actually not that hard to kill. Not as much as they are outside. Yeah, it's kind of time-consuming because of how long they take to kill. This world was like one of the longest ones for me to get through, because I was trying to get experience, but the only things that were really around were mostly these guys. So it's just like a bunch of either getting in the mech and fighting them that way, or trying to just beat them down on foot, which is not as easy in the early game. I only played on standard right off the bat, just because I didn't want to have any frustrating areas. Oh, I guess mine destroyed. Now how's this guy doing? I want to get the little cannon one next. Come over here. Oh, out of magic. Yeah, I'll actually switch over to another Keyblade while I'm at it. This is the Pirates of the Caribbean one. Obviously, by looking at it, you can tell this one is the Frozen Keyblade, and then the other one I use is just the Kingdom Key. Although I might switch out of that one. I almost never switch to it anymore. I have it maxed out, but just stat-wise, the other ones are better to use. It's a good balanced Keyblade if you want to just use one at a time, but I usually switch between them, so it doesn't really help me out too much. That's why I use the Frozen one, because it's the highest in magic that I have. And then you have the Pirates of the Caribbean one, which is the highest in offense that I have. And it has a really cool final mode to it, which I'll try to get here. Oh, water's a... Weah! Massive giant water explosion. There we go. Oh, And you can see it rains a little bit after you use it, which is pretty cool. Man, these things are annoying on foot. I'm trying to get the one with the cannon, though. This one over here. Hiya! I'm also trying to show you the evolution of this Keyblade, but they won't let me take them down. So you have to get pretty consistent combos. You can't go too long without getting hits. And they run away constantly, which makes it hard to keep up with. Yeah. Nope, coming back at you. There we go. See, is the first evolution. Turns into a nice little spear here. And as you can see, it already has a wider reaching combo range and does more damage. And it also changes the way Sora looks when he uses it. I don't know if every Keyblade is different, but they all definitely change the way he looks. It's not very drastic, but it is enough to notice. Oop. Yeah, there we go. Storm Flag. Now we got the second evolution of it. And this one is pretty broken. Okay, I was about to say, if they're all dead by now, that's kind of lame. As you can see, not only is the damage output a lot more, but the combos also are a little crazier. And then you have a finish move when you get to this stage, which summons the Kraken. So yeah, very, very cool weapon here. Now, where's that one with the cannons? I'm gonna go use that. Yeah, as you can see, this battle is going on for quite a bit, which should show you how hard it is to take down these mechs when you're trying to go for them. Fire the long-range cannons. Yeah. Yeah, this is my favorite one. Yeah, this toy area, it's pretty cool, but I don't know. I wouldn't say it's in my top in the worlds. Visually, it looks pretty good, but the story in the toy world is not that not that interesting, honestly. There's a lot of throughout the whole game, you know, obviously it's Kingdom Hearts, so there's a lot of talk about hearts, but man, there is no more talk about hearts in this game than there is in this area. It's just like every line of dialogue has to involve hearts. Oh, look at that. There's another logo hidden under the toys. Get off of it, Goofy. There we go. See, that's why these things are annoying to find, because normally there's a display of toys sitting on those, but I guess during the battle they were launched off so you could actually see it. But yeah, this is just the first floor down here. Make sure... Okay, so there's some materials over here I can gather. You can actually rob the registers, which is kind of funny. Have a toy thief. Yeah, this is the glide ability that you get on the final level. So you won't be getting that early. But yeah, you whack the registers and it gives you money, which is kind of funny. And there's also a emblem over here if you're missing it. It is kind of easy to see, but it's one of those ones that's slightly hidden. So just keep an eye on that one. I'm gonna smash this one before heading up. But yeah, you have this little not crane thing. You have this like gumball machine here, which even for a child and not a toy, it's still pretty big, respectively. Oh, you get money from that. I've never actually hit that. Wait, is that a... Oh, I thought that was a Mickey emblem on there. Never mind. But yeah, I'm not even really sure the logistics on this thing would even work in the real world, because I'll show you here. You have, oh, glided right back down. Haha. But yeah, you have the second floor here, which you can go to. You can slide up on there. And there's going to be more mechs up here, but I'm not going to continue fighting them because it just takes forever. But yeah, as you can see, it kind of has like this spaceship here, which I guess the idea is that this thing drops the balls that fall down, but it doesn't seem very safe if that's the case, because it could roll off very easily. It might bounce and ricochet. So yeah, not really sure how the logistics of this place work out. And then you have the third floor over here, which basically does the same thing, takes you up there. And then you have this little, I thought this one was just like, I thought it was like first floor, second floor, and third floor, but then when I actually read them, I realized, like, wait a minute, this one goes somewhere else. So as you can see, this one takes you into the ceiling. And there's actually a chest up here. Two chests, actually. There's one here, and there's one there. I cannot remember what's inside of them. But yeah, you can see up here, there's definitely an area for the ball to be dispensed. So this one clearly has a safe way to get the ball down. Although at that speed, it might roll out, but who knows. The one thing I did notice, though, is that you would have to be a toy to get up here because there's no human entrance. So that is kind of disconcerting. I don't really know how else a human would be able to get up here. I don't think they'd be able to climb this thing. It'd probably break. So yeah, very strange. Yeah, I'll just give a little showing of the shops here. Not going to do a full tour, just because this place is kind of big. Like, there's a whole air duct system that doesn't really matter that much. It's mostly just to deliver the story. But yeah, there's some Final Fantasy Easter eggs in here too. Just gotta run past these guys. You've already seen enough combat at this point. And there's Action Plus, which is a toy store. This thing's gonna come alive any second now. Oh, nope, it's just for the boss fight. Never mind. Yeah, as you can see, they have the Gigas toys on display. Those are the little mechs that I've been fighting with. Then you have Battle Swords, which I hope is real, because these things look cool. And then over in this section, haha, fly over there. Now these mechs I would like to use as well, but you cannot. There is a treasure chest being guarded by them, so that's cool. Fly into the back. So you can see you've got Robo Union over here, which I can only imagine is like Transformers, but not as complex. And then you have Dissidia over here. Final Fantasy, it says. So yeah, very, not so much an Easter egg, but just flat out, here's Final Fantasy. As you can see, they've got a couple toys here. Got some summons on display. You have Ifrit there. Who's this one? You have Odin, another summon. You have Bahamut there. So a nice little nod over there. Now I wonder if during combat I can do the Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Because this one, there's actually a hidden, there's like a hidden chest in here if you play it. Oh no, have to waste all these fools first. Alright, come on Donald, let's do it. Yeah, Thunder is always my favorite one to use. Very devastating. Hoo-yah! Oh, nope. There we go. Yeah, and I'm not even using the Frozen Keyblade either. That's just how much damage it does on its own. Oh, I missed that one. I'm gonna hit this one though. Yeah. Yeah, the Thundaza and all of those are very powerful. Some of the ones like you saw there, like the Pirates of the Caribbean Keyblade, it actually, I think, which one was it? I think it's the Tangled one that does Eraza or Eriza, I don't know how to pronounce it. Oh, we got some Cali River Rapids that we can do. But yeah, there are certain Keyblades that have the ability to just give you a free upgraded version of the attack. So it's like, even if you don't meet the requirements, there are certain Keyblades and items that you can use to help you do it. Alright, I think we're ready to go. Yeah, you basically just create the track, and then when you press triangle, you go back through it. And then there's a big splash at the very end. Oh, here we go. And then, of course, that does the most damage. Now, hopefully, all the enemies are dead, so I can do the Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Come on. Where are the... Oh, there's one. Okay, that should be everybody. There we go. Yeah, there's a hidden chest in here. Nope, nope, yeah. Bam!
I win!
Yeah, see, I already got it, so it doesn't just continue to give it to you, unfortunately. So yeah, this is the toy store here. Up in the corner there, there's the vent that takes you up to the next level. Oh, nope, not gonna fight you guys. Yeah, it's funny, when he runs on walls, he kind of looks like Naruto. Try to do it here. Nope, can't run on those walls. I'll do it in the shop up here. Ugh. Yeah, this place is probably the least amount to do in all the toy sections. Just kind of a little soda shop here. Can't really do much with that. Yeah, see, watch, when he runs upward, he runs like Naruto, which is funny. I mean, I guess there's not many ways that you can run up a wall, but it definitely does look very Naruto-like. So yeah, this is pretty much all of the second floor over here. Let's head on up to the third. Wait, nope, too far, too far. Glide back, there we go. Nailed it. Yeah, see up here is the little kids' play place. Not much to do here either, just kind of like a little story area. It's pretty much locked for the entirety of the Toy Story story. It's hard to say that back to back. But yeah, it's mostly just a story section. There's not really much replay value in here. Although, funny enough, there's another Final Fantasy Easter egg in here, which is easier to reach now that I have more mobility options. Haha, there it is. It's like the Cactara or Cacti something. Something with the word cactus in it. That's all I know. Which is another place that just leads you into the vents. And then you have a ball pit in here, which, even for children, I think these, I don't know. They seem like big balls having a ball pit. There's no normal way to say that. Yeah, they seem a little too big. They're supposed to be slightly smaller than this. Although it's kind of funny in this world how we're all shrunken, but we're also all toys at the same time. But all the Heartless also shrink, but they're not toys. Except for these ones, obviously. But the ones walking around are very clearly not toys. So it's kind of weird that they would shrink to give you a fair advantage. You'd think they would just stay normal size and just smash you. Because even though this world is technically a toy world, there are humans that still live in it. Obviously, Andy is still here, so the other humans are. I guess not during the main story, because everyone kind of vanished. Otherwise, it'd be strange to see toys going around fighting Heartless. Which I think is the only reason why they made it, so that the people aren't actually here. I'm just gonna fly over to that other side. Yeah, this ability makes the game a lot quicker once you get it. You just kind of skip a lot of sections. Yeah, this is another room that's pretty much just story-based. Just kind of like the girl's shop over here. You got this creepy doll over here. I think it's back in the box now, but she's actually the boss fight here. Where is she at? There she is. Very scary looking. Try to get close. Yeah, that's about as close as I can get. Yeah, very creepy. She looks even more demonic when she's out fighting you. She's got like Heartless magic or something. Yeah, a bunch of Heartless over here too. Just gonna give them a quick Thunder Blast. Very broken once you get late in the game. Oh, and we got Thundaza. Yeah, I like how they have those cool after effects. That's another thing that came from Birth by Sleep 0.2. I'm not going to say the rest of it because it's just too long. Yeah, this game basically, there's something about all the other previous games that they'll add something new that's not entirely polished and kind of feels like kind of tacked on, gimmicky kind of thing. Like you have the card system, which pretty much never made a return. Because I liked the card system for a little bit, but eventually it does get a little old, especially during boss fights when basically the cards, like if somebody has a higher level card and you use it at the same time, it'll actually break your card. So eventually during the fight, you'll just run out of cards and you'll be down to like 1 or 2. And then at that point, boss fights become near impossible to complete. Although it doesn't give you an option to refresh your cards, so you're pretty much just screwed unless you end the boss fight early. So yeah, not very fun, and kind of wore on you. And then of course you have, recoded, and 358 days and a half or something like that, or a half day. It's one of those two. This is the game store, by the way. Not much to do here except go inside Verum Rex, which I will do as the end of the video. But yeah, those games I actually never even played, because I think one of them was a phone game, so that one's kind of hard to get a hands-on playtest of. Oh, we got the Mad Teacups. I'll do that one while I'm at it. Another attraction bonus here. But yeah, that was another one that's kind of hard to play. I just got the collection, where it's the 1.5 and 2.5, and then the 2.8. So any of the ones that are just turned into cinematic movies, I haven't played at all. So yeah, those ones I don't even know how the gameplay was, but they seem similar to the base game, so I don't know if they changed much to it. But yeah, you also have the Birth by Sleep, which added the new system where it's like... And Kingdom Hearts 2 added new gameplay elements as well, but most of those didn't transfer over to the side ones, so I won't count that. But yeah, the Birth by Sleep added the ability to, like, cycle through cards, where it's not exactly the card system, but they do have, like, actions that you cycle through, and instead of using up magic, you just use an ability, and then it'll go on refresh timing. And then you have, I think it was Dream Drop Distance. It was recoded after that one, technically, but I, again, never played that one. And then Dream Drop Distance has a lot of the mobility that this game has. Like, you can see the flow motion was added from that. And then this game also kept the Birth by Sleep system, where it's like you have the combos that turn into special abilities. So yeah, they did have a lot that transferred over. It's just they also refined a lot of the flow motion ability too. So I'm glad to see the combat just kind of kept improving as the games went. Because even the ones where it's like, this doesn't... Like, Dream Drop Distance was probably the one that I thought dragged on the longest. Story-wise, it wasn't incredibly long, but just the gameplay took forever because you had to go between Sora and Riku. So yeah, it did add a lot of story elements, I will say. A lot of this game came from that. And then, of course, you have the Kingdom Heart X, or Key, from the mobile game, which I guess you can still play. And that actually ties into this story in a really cool way, which I won't give away. But yeah, if you played that game, there's a chance you might be featured in this game, just saying. So, I don't know if there's any kind of limit on that, but maybe download the phone game. Maybe give that a try. But yeah, just kind of, it's very cool. I never played it, but I did watch the back cover, which is kind of hard to follow. I actually had to look up a synopsis of what happens in the phone game, and then I was like, oh, okay, that makes a little more sense. Because you'd think they would include at least like a refresher, like, hey, this is what happened in Kingdom Hearts X, so you don't get confused. Because it's basically like, yeah, these are the Union leaders, this is what's happening from their perspective, and I'm just like, okay, but who are the Union leaders? I don't know who any of these people are. So yeah, I probably should have watched the synopsis of that game first and then watched the movie, because it only made sense in retrospect. But yeah, anyway, here's Verum Rex. Let's go ahead and give this a try. Play Verum Rex Beat of Lead. Or Beat of Lead, actually. Huzzah, here we go. Alright, begin the game. Now, I'm pretty sure... The only time I played this was in the story mode, but I'm pretty sure this is basically just the same thing. It's pretty much just a score mode. You go take down waves of these mechs here. And you can do things like shoot the glass, and that'll make them drop down. Don't know... It doesn't seem like... Oh, yeah, I guess they fall into the trap, and that does damage. I was about to say, it doesn't seem like falling hurts them. But I guess in that sense it does. And you can shoot these as well when they come walking by. They also regenerate, which is kind of odd. Although it is a video game, technically. Both in the game and in real life. Ooh, go up a little vent here. Dash around. Yeah, this is basically just the Titanfall portion of the game. Yeah. Yeah, not really much to show in here outside of this. This is pretty much just it. So I'll probably just skip past this. Give you a good explosion there. Yeah, it's pretty much just this until you fight the boss. So just know that that is what's happening. And take my word for it. Alright, so that is it for the Kingdom Hearts world. Pretty much nothing else to show outside of that. It's basically just, once you beat the game, there's not really anything new that pops up in here. So pretty much what I showed you is all there is to this world. I'll most likely be back and show some more worlds, like the Big Hero 6 world is pretty cool. That's actually, that or the Pirates of the Caribbean one are the two biggest. Which is just funny because the Pirates of the Caribbean world in Kingdom Hearts 2, it seemed pretty small, and I'm sure in this game, once they had like a stronger console to work on and higher graphical fidelity, they're like, you know what, we're gonna go all out. Yeah, much like how the mechs in this one's kind of like Titanfall, the Pirates of the Caribbean world is pretty much Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Because it not only does it visually look very good, but you're actually having a ship that you can captain. And it's pretty much entirely just Black Flag, so it's very enjoyable. But yeah, I'll definitely come back and show off the Pirates of the Caribbean world, maybe Big Hero 6, and probably the Tangled world, because that one was actually, story-wise, it was my favorite, because it mostly just followed the movie. A lot of these worlds, they just kind of, like the Toy Story world, for instance, has, like, pretty much nothing to do with the movie. And then you have the worlds like Frozen was pretty close to the movie. Tangled was almost exactly the movie. Tangled pretty much follows the same exact storyline. And then you have worlds like the Monster Inc. one is kind of like a sequel in a way. So yeah, they're all pretty interesting. I'll probably just show off the ones that have interesting things to show. Like the Monster World, even though Sora looks different, there's really not much to show inside of it. So yeah, we will see. But anyway, hope you enjoyed it, and I will be back then.